Hi, you guys. So it is Friday, and I am back for lunchtime chit chat. I was really debating whether I was going to do it today because I just kind of been in a little funk. You know how it is. It may have a lot to do with the weather, and then someone that I knew very well passed away. So I just had a lot on my mind, but I decided to go ahead on and do it. Since I'm on my lunch break, I really don't have time to kind of wait for people to tune in, so I'm just going to start. So today I was going to talk about, I think everyone in the world is talking about it, and that's Jordan Woods and Tristan, which is Chloe's baby's daddy. Now, I had said I was not going to get caught up in this drama, but I just kind of wanted to just share my opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, so I'm welcoming you guys' opinions as well. Um, Now, when this scandal first, I say scandal because that's the way it was advertised at first as a scandal, first came out, it was like Jordan, who is Kylie's best friend, was having like this secret affair with Tristan, which is Chloe's baby daddy. So it seemed really, really trifling and backstabbing. And I thought, with the personality that Jordan has, it was just hard for me to even imagine her like going after Chloe's baby's daddy. So, with that being said, now that she sat down for the table talk with Will Smith White, Jada Pickett, and hearing her side, it kind of sounds more realistic to me. Now, what I did like about what Jordan did was she did take accountability for what she did wrong. She was right. She never should have been at that party. If Kylie wasn't there, Chloe wasn't there, none of the Kardashians that's who her loyalty is with was there, then she should have never went. And then she also talked about the fact that she laid her leg on Tristan. Now, people might perceive that as like flirting, and I think in a way it may have been innocent, but when you're dealing with someone like Tristan who loves women and has a problem with being faithful, that was not the best move either. So that should have never happened. And in his mind, he probably thinking, "Oh, she trying to get with me, or I could easily get with her." So the part that disturbed me was when Chloe, being on the platform she's on, she's basically a celebrity, and with her family having the pool and the followers that they have, you have to be careful what you say. And when she got on Twitter and was basically blaming Jordan for their breakup and destroying her family, you have all these people that's following you that's also going to attack Jordan. So as you notice on Table Talk, she mentioned how she was getting just slaughtered in the media, and I saw a lot of it. It was just terrible and horrible. And she had said, like, if a lot of teenagers, not teenagers because she's older than a teenager, but a lot of young people cannot take that. They can't take all that hate and all those you know words and criticism, and a lot of them will like actually hurt themselves. And like she said, if she was a weak person, she's right, she probably would have hurt herself. So with Chloe being older, that should have never ever happened. And Chloe did. Jordan went on Table Talk, and people let her tell her version. It's always two sides to every story. And if you just kind of backtrack, Tristan had basically did this several times. He was in the media for being with different women, and I think a lot of time we as women, this is something that we do, and I don't understand why we do it. We blame the woman. Now, it's only so many times you can blame the woman. You're in a relationship with Tristan. Tristan knew he was in a relationship with you, so he is the one who should be held accountable for what he did. Now, don't get me wrong, Jordan wasn't innocent, but Jordan was not in a relationship with you. Tristan was. So once we start holding these men accountable, and it was obvious that Tristan had showed Chloe in more than one way that he didn't want to be in a relationship with her. And I think a lot of times we as women, we want to sit down and we want to talk about it, or we want someone to tell us, hey, I don't want to be with you anymore. And majority of the time, men are not on that level. They're not going to say, hey, I don't want to be with you anymore. They're just going to start doing like Tristan did. They're gonna start going out with other women. I mean, he was out in the public. He knew that paparazzi was out. He knew the tabloids was out, and he had no sympathy. He didn't try to hide it. So it was obvious that he wasn't caring about getting caught. So these are all signs that, okay, they don't want you, or they stop accepting your phone calls. They stop coming home at night. I feel like these are all signs that a lot of time we as women just kind of overlook because we want to be like, oh, well, he didn't tell us this, or he didn't tell, well, he is. He's basically telling you that without telling you that. His actions are telling you he doesn't want to be in a relationship. And I think a lot of times we have a problem of letting go, especially someone we've been with for a while, or someone we are in love with, or we have a child with, or someone we just don't want to let go of. We have a hard time basically accepting, like, this guy doesn't want me. And I think that's what Chloe went through. She went through it publicly, but if we're honest with ourselves, how many women can relate to this? How many women have been cheated on, have been lied to, and we did not want to let go? We wanted to keep holding on. And if you look at this scandal, you've either been in Chloe's place or you've been in Jordan's place. Some people are actually the ones who are the person who has cheated. So you're either been cheated on or you have cheated on someone. So I think everyone can relate to this story. I just think when it's a celebrity, it's all on news, so you don't have to turn on the news and see your whole life story advertised. So that's the difference. So it's easy to sit and say, oh, I would have did this, or I would have did this as I was Chloe. But how many times have we held on to men that has lied to us over and over again and cheat on us, and we wanted to make it better because we as women, we want to fix everything. We feel like we can make things better. And it's no doubt in my mind with Chloe being a Kardashian and they being popular and famous the way they are, she probably was actually thinking, oh, Tristan's gonna do right by me. Honey. When a man is not ready, he don't care who you are. Let me tell you something. If they cheating on Beyonce and they cheating on Holly Berry, I mean, come on now. Come on. They would cheat on anyone. If that's not where they want to be, they would cheat on anyone. And some people, not even just men, some women and men have a problem being faithful. And my only thing is, if you don't want to be faithful, do not get in a committed relationship, or do not get married, or do not get, just put it out there. So, and then if that person decides they still want to be with you, whatever comes along with it, I'm sorry. You're asking for it because you know how that person is. So when Chloe forgave him the first time, the second time, the third time, I mean, it just repeatedly kept happening. She was basically telling Tristan, hey, that's okay. What you're doing is okay. I'm going to still be here. And, a lot of people are attacking Tristan, but at the same time, you have to realize Tristan is young. He's a serial dater, evidently. You can see that. He's not trying to settle down with you. And you know that because the simple fact is, when you got in a relationship with Tristan, he was already in a relationship. So think about it. Okay, so he wasn't trying to do right by the first Jordan who was pregnant with him when you got with him. So you actually think that he's going to do right by you. Sometimes I think women, we're just confused, and we believe whatever they're saying at that time, and we want to believe it so bad, and we want it to be true so much that we'll just believe whatever we want to hear. Because I think sometimes being in a relationship, we feel like that defines us, but it does not define us as a woman. You can be strong all by yourself until God sends you who he wants you to have. And we should definitely be praying for spouses. I think a lot of times we go wrong because we're just picking them on our own. And as long as we're picking on our own, it's going to be problem after problem after problem until we realize, okay, a lot of times we're seeking after the same type of man. So just watch. Even with this being over with Chloe, she's probably going to get in a relationship with another man who is exactly like Tristan. For some reason, women are drawn to men who do not want, men who do not want to be with us, who do not want to settle down. It's like we're almost like we're trying to get that man, and we're trying to, well, maybe they'll do it for us. Maybe, maybe if we do this, then he'll want to be with us like that. But no, if that man is not ready for that, if he is not on the same page with you, it doesn't matter who you are. He is not going to fulfill his end. He's not going to do what he needs to do to be in a relationship with you. And he's definitely not going to be accountable for his actions. I haven't seen Tristan even come out and say, you know what, let me clear this up. This is what I did. And Jordan didn't come after me. Like, he's not even trying to. In fact, he's been seen out with another woman. So it's obviously he does not care. He's still out living his best life, dating, and everyone else is fussing about it. So to me, it's like, okay, now, I can kind of relate to each one of them because I can kind of see each one of them standpoint. Like I said, I'm not here to bash anyone, but this is just life. This happens all the time. I mean, we just looking on TV, but how many friends have we had that this has happened to? I mean, how many co-workers or how many people that's in our life that this happened to? And we as women, we got to learn, hey, we're going to love ourselves, and this is what This is what I want out of a relationship. This is what I need. And I'm not accepting anything less. I'm not accepting anything less than what I want and what I deserve and what I need. Hold on, y'all. Okay, all this is so, until we as women say that and we mean it, and it's no doubt in my mind, people do to you what you allow them to do. And there's no doubt in my mind, there's some woman out there. It may not be today, it may not be next week, it may not even be next year. Can get with Tristan, and Tristan will do right by them. Because guess why? It's gonna be something about that woman that he's gonna want to do right by. It's gonna be because she probably not gonna take his smack. First of all, pretty much everyone else with him has taken it. But when he gets that one strong woman, it's gonna be like, oh no, and leave him right then. He'll grow out of this phase that he's going through. So, it's just looking at them, you can just kind of see yourself in this scandal, and you can see like people around you that you love, because like I said, this happens all the time. This is nothing new. So I wanted to talk about that, to just kind of put my opinion out there. And one more thing, Jordan is young, so she's gonna make mistakes, but at the end of the day, she don't deserve to be treated like she's been treated. Like, we're gonna have to just get over it, like we get over everyone else's mistakes, right? I think it just went dark on me. But yeah, she's young. She's entitled to mistakes, just like Tristan's entitled to mistakes and Chloe's entitled to mistakes. But at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. I think it's best that Chloe moves on. I think it's best that, Jordan, she apologizes. She didn't tell him she's sorry, like she's doing. She's being accountable. And that's all she can do at this point in her life. What else can she do? Nothing. I mean, it's nothing. Let me see. Y'all, I'm trying to change color because it's gotten so dark. Can y'all see me better right there? Or right there? Maybe right here. But yeah, so, I don't know, that may have made it cloudy. I mean, she's done really what she's supposed to do. She's stood up. She said, hey, I'm wrong. This should never have happened. This is what I did wrong. I'm sorry. That's all you can do at this point. Like, what else can you do? Okay. So, I don't know. How is everyone's Friday out there? I don't know if anyone is live with me right now. But I want to talk about this because this is all I'm hearing about. Hey, how you doing? DIY Creation? You doing okay? Thank you so much for stopping in. You having a good Friday? I'm just talking about this Chloe and I'm just talking about this Chloe and Jordan and just giving my opinion on it because that's what's all over the news. So I'm like, I'm going to give my opinion on it. So I'm just talking about what's in the news, what's hot right now. And so another thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and then I'm going to have to get off, is how do we deal with losing someone close, a family member or a friend? How do you deal with it, and how do you help others deal with it? I'm going through that right now myself, and someone really, really close to my fiance died, and he wasn't sick or anything. It was just tragic, car accident. And, a lot of times people tell you they're okay, and they're not okay. So I feel like if you're reaching out to someone, I feel like we should check on those people that has lost, that's really close to the people that has died, because a lot of times people tell you they're okay and they're really not okay. And I feel like if you're calling them and you're texting them and you're not, all of a sudden you're not getting an answer or you're not getting a reply, and then you talk to other family members, and if they haven't heard from that person, then it's time to go to their house. It's time to reach out to them. I mean, I think we just have to be there for each other in time of need, and we don't actually have to, we have to kind of help each other and just be comfort to each other, because you never know what people are going through, and you never know how hard it is for someone. And some people can't really take death, and they don't know how to deal with it. And we have to just reach out to each other, because there's a lot of people, they lose someone and they just feel like they don't have a reason to live. So, we just have, I mean, it's good to pray for them, but at the same time, we need to do our part. You pray for them, but you reach out to them too, and you check on them and make sure they're okay. Make sure, go by and talk to them. Sometimes to talk to, call it out too. That I just wanted to share that because, like I said, someone did just die that was close. He wasn't my blood relative, but he was my fiance's cousin. It was really, really traumatic. At it's so now. So just make sure that if you have lost someone, that you don't get so depressed you just want to give up. This is hard. My little message went off. Let's see. DOY, I'm trying to see what you said. I don't know why it just took your message off. I'm still learning how to do this thing though. But anyway, I couldn't see what you said, but let me see. Some messages such as potential spam may not be available. All messages are visible. But anyway, I'll be able to check it when I get off of it. But thank you for any encouraging words that you can say. And thank you for tuning in, DOY Creation. I think you're the only one here with me today. But I know that this time of the day, people are at work and they're doing different things. But I do want to start regular Friday chit chat and just talking with you guys about what's been going on through the week and doing different topics. And if you guys have a topic that you want me to talk about, then please, by all means, leave it down below in the comments and I will talk about it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.